you ever trip on a rug, and instead of helping, your own family pulls out their phone and starts recording? Then they post it with laughing emojis?
She spreads her legs, she hikes her dress, she circles her genital.
That's what reports are saying about a twerking parody mocking Meghan, right down to the shades, the strut, and the baby bump that went viral this week. The twist? It wasn't just any TikTok parody. It was filmed inside Buckingham Palace. And when the video started to gain traction online, the royal family's official Instagram account jumped into the comments, tossing out emojis like it was Friday night in the group DMs. Not only did they see it, they reposted it to their own story. A crown emoji. Emoji. A little laugh. That's all it took. But for Meghan, it wasn't just a joke. It was a public betrayal. On royal letterhead, it was the equivalent of your ex reposting a video where people mock your most vulnerable moment, and doing it from your old shared account. And rumors on the streets say Meghan broke down the moment she saw it.
Did you see my baby mama dance?
I mean, stop it. First of all, can I just tell you, the timing of that, we maybe watched it like 20 times yesterday, and I was like, is that her?
Oh my God.
Is that Prince Harry there with the fingers and the, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, by the way, that wasn't yesterday.
No,
that was 4 years ago. So it's also a really great reminder that with all the noise or whatever people do, there's still a whole life, a real, authentic, fun life that's happening behind the scenes. I'm just grateful that now, being back on social as well, I have a place where I can share it on my own terms.
The real question is, how did it get to this point? Let's break down the video, the post, and why this may be the cruelest job the Crown's ever made, all while pretending it was just harmless fun. This didn't start with some random internet troll. It started with Jamie Lang and Sophie Habu, a reality couple known for turning everything they do into a bit. And this time, the bit was Meghan Markle. Reports say they were invited to film at Buckingham Palace, part of a private content deal connected to the King's Trust. A photo op, a light promo push, the kind of content that's supposed to be clean, royal approved, and pretty forgettable. But somewhere along the way, Jamie and Sophie decided to recreate that Meghan moment, the viral clip where she danced to Baby Mama while visibly pregnant, twerking playfully in her backyard. The original post split the internet. Some called it empowering, others called it cringeworthy. In the parody, they leaned into the latter. Sophie threw on oversized sunglasses, and Jamie hyped her up like a backup dancer. She did the walk, the turn, the exaggerated bounce, all inside the royal halls.
Oh my gosh, I worked so hard.
She talks like she's a one-woman band. That is not hard work. Hard work is get up in the morning, get to 7 o'clock, get into a factory or a shop and working for 10 hours on your feet, coming home knackered. That's not what happens to her.
And still being a mom.
That is
still
not
being
what
a
happens to
mom.
her.
And cameras were rolling the whole time. It was edited, polished, and posted as part of their YouTube vlog. But what started as a quick punchline turned into a public spectacle because of where it was filmed. Buckingham Palace isn't just a building, it's a brand. And using it as the backdrop to mock Meghan Markle, that wasn't just a creative choice. It was a statement. Suddenly, this wasn't just internet content. It was royal theater. If the video had lived quietly on YouTube, this might have been just another day of internet mess. But then, the royal family's verified Instagram account did something it rarely does.
Everybody says she's a bully. She's very nasty. Not only is she incredibly controlling, but she's a bitch. About the end of every episode, it says, like, the starring, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex.
Yes.
That's how she's...
It stepped into the comment section and then reposted the clip to stories. But here's the problem. This wasn't a fan account. It wasn't a meme page. This was the official digital mouthpiece of the British monarchy, laughing along with a video that publicly mocked Meghan Markle. It was like your job's corporate page reposting a TikTok that makes fun of you crying on your last day and tagging it, LOL. Except here, the stakes weren't about work. They were about reputation, power, and legacy. For Meghan, reports say it felt like getting kicked by the same people she tried to leave behind. A public, "we're laughing at you," written in emoji code, but clear as day.
How mornings are as I get the kids off to school. You're making fruit parfait crudité boards? Like,
oh my God.
whom? She's Harry Sussex. I have no idea. And no, f***ing Meghan, no one knew that. Like, why are you correct?
And when that post went live, according to sources close to her, it wasn't just hurt. It was humiliation. Because the moment the Crown hit share, The world hit replay. And Meghan? She went silent. According to insiders, Meghan saw the royal family's Instagram story repost late that night, alone, after the kids were asleep. It was one of those doom scroll moments. You open your phone to relax and end up seeing something that punches you right in the gut. Reports say she tapped through her feed like normal, then stopped cold. There it was, the video mocking her playing right under the official royal crest. Laughing emojis. The "We see you" comment, a joke at her expense, shared by the institution she once married into. She reportedly froze, didn't speak, didn't even blink.
I'm going to show you how to make a happy, warm, loving home after I have successfully severed my husband's ties from his entire family.
Just watch the clip again. And again. Rumors on the street say her reaction wasn't loud. It was quiet, like the kind of hurt that settles in slowly and won't leave. She didn't scream. She didn't post. She just turned off her phone and cried. One source said she confided in a close friend that night and said, "They humiliate me, and the world laughs with them." That quote alone tells you everything. This wasn't about the parody itself. It was about who was laughing. Not tabloids. Not random trolls. Her in-laws. The monarchy itself. She reportedly told her team to make the video go away, even though it had already gone viral. At that point, it was out there. And the worst part, the palace had already signed off on the punchline. Here's where the backlash really started to brew, not just because of the video, but because of the clear double standard. When Meghan posted her original baby mama twerking video, it was a fun, lighthearted moment. She was pregnant, dancing, glowing, just enjoying a normal, goofy moment as a mom. But the reaction? Brutal. Tabloids ripped her to shreds. Morning shows mocked her tone. And inside the palace? Reports say aides called it classless, desperate, and attention-seeking. Now fast forward. 2 white British influencers dance the same dance inside Buckingham Palace, and suddenly it's hilarious? Now the official royal Instagram is reposting it with crown emojis and laughing faces? Make it make sense. When Meghan, the woman who actually lived in that palace, dances for fun, she's shamed. But when influencers mock her doing it, they get royal approval and viral clout. TikTok and YouTube exploded with reaction videos pointing this out. One creator summed it up perfectly. Meghan danced and got dragged. They mocked her dance and got a royal high five. That's not coincidence. That's selective shaming. People aren't stupid. They noticed. They're asking, why is the crown laughing now when it couldn't even smile back then? And that question? It's not going away. Don't let the silence fool you. Reports say Harry is livid behind the scenes, and not just as a husband. As a man who left everything to protect the woman he loves, this hit hard. Because this wasn't a smear from a newspaper. This wasn't some anonymous royal biographer. This was his own family, posting a joke on their verified Instagram page. Sources say Harry was in California when it happened and found out only after Meghan had already seen it and shut down. One insider says he was pacing the room, making calls immediately. Not yelling, just cold, clipped, and direct. Take it down. How did this get approved? Who thought this was okay? There were even discussions about putting out a statement. But so far, nothing has been released because Harry is torn. He knows Meghan is hurting. But he also knows that if he makes this public, it turns into World War Royal, Part 2. So for now, he's doing what he always said he would do. Protect Meghan, first and always. But the anger? It's real. And anyone who's ever watched their partner get laughed at by people they trusted before, you know that fire. That look that says, you just made a big mistake. Once the royal family's Instagram dropped that now infamous "We See You Eyes" crown response to the parody clip, the internet went off. Within minutes, TikTok lit up like it was the finale of a reality show. Reaction videos, duets, green screen rants, meme compilations. It was a full-blown digital firestorm. Some viewers thought it was hilarious. They said it was the first time the royals actually showed some humor, or called it a rare win for the monarchy's PR team. But others? They saw something much deeper. Something meaner. Comments started pouring in across platforms. So Meghan's a disgrace. But this is hilarious? When a black woman dances, it's shameful. When white influencers parody it in the palace, it's iconic. They're obsessed. Period. Let her breathe. YouTubers released breakdowns. Twitter threads went viral. Even Instagram influencers weighed in, calling it tone-deaf and cruel under the disguise of comedy. The whole moment became a cultural Rorschach test. If you like Meghan, you saw bullying. If you side with the firm, you saw banter. If you're neutral, you saw power playing with perception and losing control of the narrative fast. But one thing everyone agreed on? The palace's reaction made it personal. They didn't just allow the mockery. They liked it, boosted it, shared it, and that's what turned this from an internet moment into a global headline. While Meghan may be silent, her team, not so much. Reports say her comm staff is already meeting behind the scenes, mapping out the response timeline. Because if there's one thing Meghan's team has mastered, it's how to turn public humiliation into strategic redemption. Their signature move? Let the outrage build. Let the internet do the talking. Then respond, not with rage, but with calculated calm. Rumors on the street say one option on the table is a surprise return of her podcast archetypes, with an episode focused on institutional ridicule, media bullying, or, and this is the key word, respectability. Another option? A quiet, exclusive interview. One where she doesn't name names, but makes it crystal clear who crossed the line. Because here's the thing, Meghan doesn't clap back with tweets or Instagram stories. She waits, she listens, and when she speaks, people pay attention. So if we see a new Archetypes trailer drop next week with a moody piano track and a title like The Laughing Room, yeah, now you know exactly what that's about. Behind the scenes, things are getting tense at the palace. Some insiders say King Charles was not amused by the Instagram stunt. According to reports, he's since warned staff to avoid online engagement that could escalate narratives. Translation: don't poke the bear if the bear has a microphone and a Netflix deal. There's now talk of a quiet internal shakeup, not full-blown firings, but definitely a tightening of who can post what and when. But here's the real question circulating. Was this just a young social media manager trying to be funny? Or was it a subtle, silent approval of the parody from someone higher up? Because this wasn't some intern's Finsta account. This was the verified royal family page, a platform that goes through multiple eyes before anything is posted. Which means this wasn't an accident. It was either an intentional jab or a reckless move with very real consequences. And now, the royals are scrambling. Because what started as a 10-second dance joke has become a viral controversy with global eyes watching. The monarchy dipped its toe in meme culture. And now, it's stuck in the deep end. Meghan's been criticized, blamed, and dragged before, but this moment hit different. This wasn't gossip. This wasn't tabloids. This was the Crown's own page laughing at a video mocking her. That's not petty. That's personal. And if she's quiet right now, it's not defeat. It's a strategy. Because every time Meghan gets mocked, she waits, then claps back louder, slicker, and sharper than before. The royals might have won the laugh, but this war's not over. And something tells me Meghan's about to make them regret ever hitting post.